Guys, I've been an entrepreneur since ninth grade in high school, never had a job, and I've been a real estate investor since 2006. Today's lesson, today's session is about the two major differences between a subject-to versus a wraparound mortgage. Okay, so let's dive in. The very first difference between a subject-to and a wraparound mortgage, even though they're very similar and they basically do the same functionality, there's two major differences. And the first major difference is that there's not a DOT, deed of trust, in a subject-to versus in a wrap, the seller, I'm providing the seller a DOT. What is DOT? Deed of trust. What does that mean? It means that I'm providing the seller a remedy in case I default. In a subject-to, I'm not providing the seller a remedy. The seller has to sue me if they want to get the property back if I'm not making the payments. Versus in a wraparound mortgage, what I'm doing is I'm providing the seller a deed of trust, what I call DOT, and I'm pledging the property as collateral in case I default. So in case I default, what does that mean? I don't make the payments like I promised the seller. I say, Mr. Seller, I'm going to step into your shoes, take over your mortgage, and if I don't perform, if I don't do what I said I'm going to do, you can use the DOT, get an attorney, and foreclose on me without jumping through a whole lot of hoops. And it's very, very fast and it's very, very economic. Okay, so that's one of the major differences between a subject-to and a wrap. Now, the next major difference is that in a subject-to, we're not creating a new note. In a wraparound mortgage, we're creating a new note. What does that really mean? Well, the way I teach it at my realestatedojo.com is that I always negotiate a non-recourse loan. What does that mean? That means that in case I default, the seller could only come back and get the collateral versus come after me personally. Traditionally, when you buy a property, let's say you go with a real estate agent, or if you just don't even use a real estate agent, when you go to a bank, at closing, at the title company, the bank's going to make you sign a marathon of paperwork. And two major things that they're going to make you sign that basically put your neck into the noose is a DOT and a promissory note. Okay, and the DOT says you're pledging the property back to the bank in case you default in the deed of trust, and the promissory note says, Mr. Bank, not only can you take all my down payments that I put down, all the monthly payments that I made, you can also take my collateral, which is the house, but on top of that, you can really hang me and come after me personally and ruin my credit, right? Doesn't that sound really fair? For the banks, of course, right? The way I teach it at my real estate dojo at mrnofluff.com is that we always negotiate with homeowners because we're only buying properties from motivated sellers. That's why we're getting the great deals that we do at a deep discount, or we're getting seller financing. We don't use the traditional way of doing stuff, okay? The traditional way of doing stuff is hiring a real estate agent, blah, 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 okay? The untraditional way of doing real estate is marketing to motivated sellers, people that go on divorces, behind on their payments, tax. The story goes on and on and on. And then negotiating a win-win where the seller wins and we win. So two major differences in a subject-to versus a wraparound mortgage is in a subject-to, the seller has no remedy when they sell me the property. If I default, the only way they can take the property back is hire an attorney and then sue me direct, or my company, EIN, or whatever the story may be, how I structure the deal. Two, I'm not giving the seller a DOT, nor am I creating a new note, okay? In a wraparound mortgage, I am creating a new note, okay, and I'm wrapping it. This is the existing underlying debt. So when I talk to a motivated seller, I negotiate. I say, hey, I just step into your shoes. I'll take over your mortgage. And if the seller agrees, we go to closing. He deeds me the property, conveys the ownership to me. I sign a DOT that says, look, in case I default, you can take the collateral back. We sign a non-recourse loan that says, hey, in case I default, you can only go after the collateral, not me. And if you don't know what a note is basically where you're telling the seller, here's the terms, and I promise to do these things. I promise to perform. What is the terms? Like, it's going to be a 30-year mortgage. It's going to be a fixed mortgage. The interest rate is this. If you don't make payments, what's going to happen next, etc. Okay, that's basically what a note is. Okay. And so the two major differences is we're creating a non-recourse note, and then we're also creating a DOT in case I default. The seller can go after the collateral, not me or my company. And at the same time, it doesn't hurt my credit, okay? Or it doesn't hurt my company credit, okay? It depends on how I structure the deal. So those are the two major differences. Now, the traditional way is, again, hire a real estate agent, go get a loan, put your neck in the noose. Or the untraditional way is to go market to motivated sellers, learn the skills you need for marketing, to negotiation, to sales, and etc. How to structure these deals, and then find these amazing deals at deep discount. What do I mean by deep discount? 50 cents on a dollar. So if the house is worth 100, you're paying 50 for it. Okay. Now, why would a seller sell me stuff like that? Because they're highly motivated. That's the whole thing. If you're fishing at the pond where there's thousands and hundreds of millions of people fishing there, well, of course it's going to be hard to catch fishes. But if you're fishing at a pond that no one's going there, because it takes skills to go there, it takes ideas to go there, it takes creativity, imagination, discipline, to go to that pond, like you have to go track hundreds of miles, then you're going to catch some big amazing fishes, and there's not going to be any other fishermen there, or maybe a few fishermen there, the ones that are just tough as you, because the majority of people are going to look on the MLS. Majority of people are going to go the traditional way, which is, hey, just like school, let me get to my high school, let me go to college, let me get into debt, let me get fucking college, let me get married, let me buy a house, all that shit, debt. Well, that's the traditional way. But you can't live your dreams going the traditional way. And if you're interested in finding off-market properties going on traditional way, it's your lucky day. I'm giving my course totally for free because I'm a giver. Go to myrealestatedojo.com or mrnofluff.com and then click on start here, and you can get my course totally for free. In there we talk about how to find deals, how to structure deals, my 3 stepping stones, okay? Lead generation, conversion, and exit. And all the products you need are totally in there for free. All right, guys, don't take no for an answer. Always remember, you're braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined. Roman. Peace, guys.